Lewis Hamilton reveals the real reason he didn't let Leclerc pass. Because sometimes obeying Ferrari means surrendering the race. On the final straight in Baku, the pit wall demanded submission. Swap back, let Charles through. But Hamilton saw the trap behind Leclerc. Just 2 seconds away, Isaac Hadjar was hunting. One wrong move, one misplaced lift at 300 kph, and Ferrari wouldn't just lose 8th, they'd hand away 9th too. The cameras showed hesitation, the headlines screamed defiance. But the truth was colder. Ferrari gave an impossible order. Hamilton slowed, shifted offline, opened the door. Leclerc never made the move. 4/10 at the flag, just enough to ignite whispers of betrayal. The system wanted obedience. Hamilton chose survival. And in that choice, the mask slipped. Ferrari promised unity, but the radio betrayed chaos. What you heard was not disobedience. It was the sound of a legend protecting a team that still doesn't know how to protect him. Ferrari arrived in Baku already fractured Hamilton shockingly out in Q2, Leclerc crashing in Q3 without even setting a time, 2 red cars limping into Sunday. The plan was desperate. Let Hamilton attack on fresher tyres, then swap back if it failed. On paper, order. On track, chaos. Leclerc moved aside, but his car was wounded. Energy recovery broken. Power unit coughing. Hamilton pushed, burning rubber, chasing Norris, Tsunoda, Lawson. No breakthrough, no miracle. And then came the dagger. Give the place back. With 2 laps left, Ferrari wanted to stage manage humiliation. Hamilton slowed. He left space. But Leclerc hesitated. The pass never came. The checkered flag froze Ferrari's weakness in time. One driver apologized, the other complained, and the pit wall stayed silent, hiding behind excuses. What should have been a small tactical switch became a public autopsy. Ferrari didn't just lose points in Baku, they lost authority, and everyone watching felt it. This was never about 8th place, it was about power. Ferrari wanted the world to see control, Leclerc the obedient soldier, Hamilton the replaceable newcomer. But the reality flipped the script. Hamilton obeyed in silence, then exposed the cracks. He slowed, he moved offline, and still Leclerc did not pass. Who failed whom? Leclerc, protected for years as Ferrari's golden child, left hanging in Hamilton's shadow. Hamilton, accused of not respecting rules, showed instead that rules mean nothing when the pit wall writes them in confusion. And Adami, his radio voice trembling with Hadjar 2 seconds, revealed the truth. The order was poisoned from the start. Hamilton's calculation was survival. Leclerc's reaction was insecurity. Adami's tone was fear. And Vasseur, he hid behind the word misjudgment as if a single mistake could explain a culture of dysfunction. In one straight, the hierarchy Ferrari tried to impose collapsed, and Hamilton walked away as the man in control. Baku was not new. It was déjà vu. Ferrari has lived this chaos before. Vettel heard the same half orders, the same confused radios that turned strategy into theatre. Multi-2-1 echoes, broken promises. Teammates turned into scapegoats. Leclerc himself has been trapped in these cycles, told to attack, then told to yield, then told to explain contradictions to the media. And now Hamilton has stepped into the same web. At Mercedes, clarity reigned. Bono's voice sharp, instructions built on trust. At Ferrari, silence becomes a weapon, vagueness a shield. Adami once stumbled with Vettel. Today, he hesitates with Hamilton. The pattern is clear. Ferrari talks of unity, but their radios broadcast division. The system eats its own drivers, then rewrites the story as misjudgment. For the Tifosi, it is history repeating. For Hamilton, it is proof that the empire he joined is an empire of ghosts, and unless he reshapes it, he will be its next victim. The Baku swap exposed 3 minds under fire. Hamilton's calm was a weapon. He didn't flinch, didn't argue. He calculated, mirrors checked, throttle feathered, line surrendered just enough. His silence screamed louder than any protest. This is the strategist in the cockpit, turning a trap into survival. Leclerc, meanwhile, betrayed his own fragility. Publicly, he downplayed the drama. But his words, "rules were not respected," revealed the sting. Mercedes grows through unity. Red Bull thrives on efficiency. Ferrari, they fracture in public. Hamilton has already learned the pattern. Unclear orders, Late swaps, shifting blame, and with each incident his role evolves. He is no longer the newcomer adapting. He is the voice exposing the cracks, forcing Ferrari to face its own weakness. If they continue like this, Hamilton will not just drive their car, he will reshape their culture by resilience. Leclerc, meanwhile, risks becoming collateral. Once protected, now doubting, every complaint makes him look less like a leader and more like a passenger in Ferrari's storm. Vasseur calls it misjudgment. The paddock calls it something else. The mask of Ferrari slipping, one mistake at a time. Ferrari labeled it a swap gone wrong. But behind the scenes, engineers saw more. Hamilton's data traced the lift, the offline move, the measured deceleration. It wasn't rebellion. It was textbook risk management, the kind Ferrari itself should have calculated but didn't. Even observers from rival teams called it vintage Hamilton, protecting two positions at once while the pit wall hesitated. And then comes the question, why does Adami always phrase calls in ways that protect the team first and the driver second? By bringing Hadjar into the message, he created confusion, then shielded himself from blame. That's the survival instinct inside Maranello. Never clarity, always cover. The more you study the replays, the more one truth stands out. The Ferrari system seems less about winning and more about preserving hierarchy. And Hamilton, with one straight, made that hierarchy look fragile. Here is the line in the sand. Hamilton slowed. He complied. He revealed Ferrari's trap. And still they spun it as his fault. Leclerc pointed to rules. Adami pointed to excuses. Vasseur pointed to misjudgment. But the stopwatch doesn't lie, and neither do the radios. The Ferrari structure cracked again live for all to see. So now the question is yours. Was this a simple mistake, or the moment Hamilton proved he sees clearer than the Ferrari pit wall? Share your thoughts in the comments. Add your voice, show that Hamilton is not standing alone. And don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe, because the next race won't just be about strategy. It will be about survival, power, and who truly leads Ferrari's future. The battle has begun, and we are watching it unfold one radio call at a time.